Another reason why I say this is the worst mistake that can cost you the job almost immediately is that hiring managers don't like long resumes. This is a fact they never tell you, but the thing is they don't have time for that. Hi everyone, I'm Thea from theaho.co, helping skilled migrants and international graduates get jobs and live a better life. Let's talk about mistakes today. I have seen so many mistakes that job seekers make that can cost them a job. And that's why the title of this video is The Resume Mistakes That Can Cost You at least $50,000, because the entry-level job is around $50,000. If you're more senior, what you may lose from these mistakes can be a lot more, up to a six-figure number. Among so many mistakes, I have selected and will share with you the most critical ones that you should avoid to ensure to land a job of 5 to 6 figure salary. If you don't have time to fix all the mistakes in the world, no worries. I have done the selection job for you, so spend time to fix these first to get you a good start and land the interviews. Now let's talk about the first mistake, and this mistake is the worst among all the mistakes that I'm going to share with you today that can cost you the job immediately, and it is having a 5-page resume. I receive hundreds of resumes from job seekers every month, and most of them are very long, from 3 to 5 pages, or sometimes even longer. I know you're writing long resumes because you think the longer the better. You can showcase that you've got a lot of experience, especially when you're a fresh graduate without much industry experience, or you're a skilled migrant from another country and haven't got work experience in the local country yet. That's why you feel having something there is better than nothing. You don't want to have a blank resume. Actually, it's a big mistake because at that time, you want to include every single experience you've got, even irrelevant experiences such as working at KFC, at a local restaurant, which has nothing relating to your professional background or what you study in your degree. And you expect that the hiring manager will want to interview you because you have a long resume, but no, it doesn't work that way. Hiring managers just want to interview candidates who have the right experience they're looking for. What you have is not what they're looking for, and it may explain why you still haven't received any interviews. Another reason why I say this is the worst mistake that can cost you the job almost immediately is that hiring managers don't like long resumes. This is a fact they never tell you, but the thing is they don't have time for that. Now let me ask you, would you like to read my 5-page resume? I'm sure you would say no. The insight is only you who like reading your 5-page resume. No one else does, including the hiring manager. It's only you who feels okay with a 5-page resume. Everyone else feels it's too long to read, including the hiring manager, and they won't read it. As soon as they receive it has 5 pages, they just skip it and move on to the next candidate. That's why you will lose the job immediately. I know this is a critical mistake, but it's also hard for you to overcome because I've been working with so many clients, and shortening their resumes seems to be the hardest task I've ever asked them to do. Let me tell you the story about my client. The first draft of the resume he sent me had, can you guess how many pages? 8 pages. I've never received a resume of that length. He's quite senior with more than 16 years of experience, so obviously he has a lot of things to talk about. Moreover, he was also confused about what position to apply for. That's a problem when you can do almost any position with your rich experience. Immediately, I felt overwhelmed when receiving his resume, and I knew the hiring manager would feel the same. So I helped him shorten it to only 2 pages. Yes, you heard it right. From 8 pages to only 2 pages. It's totally possible. And very quickly, just 2 to 3 weeks after applying for the job, he got a job offer. So my solution for you is you need to be firm on what position you want to apply to. Focus your resume on it and keep a succinct resume within 2 pages. That will not make hiring managers feel overwhelmed, and encourage them to read your resume and move forward to the interviews. Now, if you haven't already, please click subscribe to my channel. I will make sure to keep you updated with all the latest strategies about your job search. Now, this mistake is not as severe as the first one because it may not cost you the job in just a blink, but I've seen it in almost 100% of resumes. I guess that you are making it as well. And the mistake is you're not customizing your resume for each particular job you're applying. Now, you may tell me, Thea, but I revised some words to fit the new company. But let me ask you one more question. Have you received any interviews with your resume? If you receive 0 interviews or you receive not enough interviews, for example, you apply for 100 jobs and receive only 1 to 2 phone interviews, it shows that your customization doesn't work. When you apply for a job, your application, especially your resume, needs to go through the applicant tracking system. This system will compare your resume with the requirements of the job you're applying for. And if you're not a good match, you don't have what the system is looking for on your resume, it would just remove you out of the applicant pool. A fact that you may miss when not customizing your resume is that each position is different. Have you ever seen 2 identical job ads? No, they're all different. That's why each position will list different requirements. And if your resume is not customized to these specific requirements, the ATS will not find them and remove you from the competition. Make sense? So my solution for you is always customize your application to the particular job you want to apply for, even though it takes you more time. But it's a must if you want to get interviews. This crucial step will help you get past the ATS, reach the hiring managers, impress them, and land interviews for you. Now, before I move to the next tip, please click subscribe to this channel, and I will make sure to keep you updated with all the latest strategies about your job search that you need to land a job. Now, the next mistake is an obvious one, but trust me, it still happens, and it is lying. Some job seekers claim a certain skill on their resume, and I asked them to tell me their experience regarding that skill, and they couldn't answer, or they gave me a very generic answers that anyone can make up. And when I asked further about the project, their role, what they did, what results they achieved, who they work with, they couldn't articulate. Now, you may think that you can get away with it when you lie, but actually it's very obvious to the interviewer that you're not telling the truth. It's reflected out via your voice, your eye contact, your body gesture, so many things that you can't see yourself. I always tell my clients that I can help you deliver your best self based on what you've already got, but I can't make things up. I can't say things that you don't or didn't have, because I know for sure you will fail in the interview, even if you can manage to get through the application stage. We should never do that. It will ruin your professional profile with bad integrity, and the bad reputation may go further than you may think. So my recommendation to you is always to stay true to what you've got. Never lie or make things up in your application. Keep high integrity. Don't ruin your career life with lies. It's not worth it. Honesty is the best value, and companies won't hire you if you don't have good ethics, as you may make more damage to their companies when hired. So if you feel that your profile is a bit underqualified and want to enhance it further to get a job, so please check out my videos right here that will give you strategies and tips on what to do when you are underqualified or when you don't have much experience to talk about in your resume. So ensure to check them out after watching this video. Now, I have shared with you the critical mistakes that you may make with your resume that could cost you the job of at least $50,000. They are only the biggest mistakes, and you may make a few more on your resume that you don't know. If you want to know how to write an ace resume that can avoid any mistakes and land you the job interview, I would like to invite you to my free resume masterclass, 3 simple steps to get interviews. It's the strategy that helps my clients land their 5 to 6 figure salary full-time jobs in a matter of weeks. So make sure you don't miss out. The link to join is theaho.co/aceresume, and it's also in the first comment of this video. Now, if you have any comments or questions, let me know in the comments below. I'm checking my comments every single day. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel to not missing out on the latest job search strategies for free. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.